Hi friend, so I just watched Wonder Woman 84, 1984 I guess. Part of me wishes I got to see this in theaters, because I haven't really gotten to see many movies in theaters this past year, in 2020, and also, I don't know, there was a good bit of spectacle in this movie that would have been cool to see on the big screen. But also, kind of glad I got to watch it at home, in the comfort of my own home, because personally, this movie was kind of disappointing, in my opinion. So Wonder Woman 1984 is about Wonder Woman. It's the sequel to the first Wonder Woman movie, and it takes place in 1984. She's working as an archaeologist type, something like that. And she comes across this rock that, when you place it and you make a wish, it gives you that wish. But at a cost. There's this one person who's been looking for it for a long time, played brilliantly by Pedro Pascal. And he's trying to take over the world, and I think he's trying to make it a better place for everybody, and it goes wrong, and so she has to stop him. First of all, I think it's pretty well acted. I think Kristen Wiig's character was pretty good for the most part. It kind of feels like a cliche for her character to be, this kind of nerdy character who wants to be around people and wants to be liked, but she's kind of invisible because she's kind of nerdy and really into archaeology and that type of thing that no one thinks is attractive, even though she works at an archaeology place, at a museum. Like, her first introduction is she walks in, she falls over, drops a bunch of, she can't walk in heels, so she, trips on her heels because she's wearing them for some reason, even though she can't walk in them. And then, drops all her, papers and stuff, and nobody helps her until, Diana walks in, sees her, so she helps her, and even Diana kind of is she, talks to her, but then helps her or whatever, and then she takes that as a friendship or whatever, and Diana's okay, and isn't really interested in her until she figures out about this rock that she has, that the FBI is figure out what this is or whatever. So then they have dinner or whatever, and they talk, and then so now Kristen Wiig's character is kind of looking up to Wonder Woman, and so she takes that with everything. And I don't know, it's been overdone for me, that the kind of nerdy, invisible, introverted character is takes the is friends or good friends with, or works for the the main character, and then the main character like makes a mistake or whatever, and so this main character gets powers and then decides that they want to take down this person because they made them mad. And I don't know. It happened in Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Electro. It happened in the Val Kilmer Batman with Riddler. It happened in Iron Man 3. And I didn't care for it the first time I saw it, and I don't care for it this time. It is a little different because she doesn't really. It's more that she gets power hungry more than anything else. Not necessarily because of anything that Diana did, but still, I don't care for it. Like, the whole time I was kind of hoping that she'd be a good guy because she deserved it, but she went power hungry and didn't care for it. The story and the plot felt a little weird. I don't really know how to explain it because I didn't really understand what was going on for a while, and then Wonder Woman's is in bed with Chris Pine, and she's like, well, we should, and they're talking to each other, flirting, and being like, we should just stay in bed because we haven't seen each other in a long time, and I love being with you. But I guess we gotta go figure out what's going on with this thing. And I'm like, oh, so that's the plot then? Okay. And so they get up out of bed, and I don't know, for the it's kind of boring because doesn't really feel like much happens for the first half, and yeah, maybe longer than that. Nothing happens, exposition. Then Wonder Woman tracks down Pedro Pascal's character to Egypt, I think? Somewhere. She tracks him down, Middle East somewhere. And then they have a little bit of a fight scene or whatever. It's pretty cool. And then you start to see that Wonder Woman's losing her powers. But she's still able to throw heavy trucks and stuff. And every now and then she will get out of breath or something. And then she'll hang on the bottom of a car trying to catch her breath while Steve is getting beat up. And then nothing happens for another half an hour, and then the final big thing happens. It didn't really do a good job of holding my attention. And I honestly think that the best part about the movie was Pedro Pascal. Didn't really care for his character that much. They tried to make him likable by giving him understandable goals and understandable wants, and then he gets the stone that gives him wishes, and then he just goes power hungry, and he has a son who is just kind of there, but Pedro Pascal's acting of the character is what sold it for me. I found his character to be the most interesting because Pedro Pascal acted him beautifully. He was the best part about the movie, in my opinion. So, yeah. Also, Cheetah, I think, is the villain, one of the other villains' names. Her final form looks like trash. It looks like one of the cats from the Cats movie came out of the Cats movie and went into Wonder Woman and then fought Wonder Woman. Also, the way that Wonder Woman defeated her made absolutely no sense because it weakened her. It weakened Cheetah, but it did not weaken Wonder Woman. Which didn't make sense to me because they have the same powers, and they were both in the same place, and they were both at full power. But Cheetah got weakened, and Wonder Woman did not. Don't know how that happened. Someone please explain it to me. The way she defeated Maxwell Lord was pretty good. Like, I'm not disappointed with that ending at all. Like, I'm pretty happy with that ending. Also, I'm really surprised with what they did with Steve. Like that, I really liked what they did with Steve in this movie. I thought that was, because I thought it was just going to be another, oh, he's back from the dead type thing, but there's actually a little bit more to that, but I'm not going to spoil it. So yeah. Overall, I didn't care for this movie. I thought it was fine. Overall, I give Wonder Woman 1984 a 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.